Hello everyone. Thank you for 1000 subscribers. To celebrate, I decided to put the entirety of the current archive into one video to watch together. I do hope you enjoy, unless you're a filthy tryhard. I am not Astro Soup, I am just a fan like the rest of you. Hopefully he will return, only time can tell. We will be watching the videos in order by original release dates. The first one is "This game is making me slowly go insane, GTA 5 Online."
Hey there. What can I help you with? Okay, but only for a minute.
Messages from a toxic tryhard, GTA 5 Online.
You are about to witness an actual chat log from the most toxic tryhard I have had the misfortune of meeting in my 5 years of playing this game. You have been warned. A little context to the situation. A group of tryhards decided to swarm me like a pack of sewer rats while I was in my terrorbyte. After a brief skirmish involving a lot of rocket bites and easy way outing, I realized fighting a group of unwashed cretins was not on my list of things I wanted to do today. After leaving the session, I received the following messages.
I was hoping you would be fun, but you teleported immediately.
That's cute. Pack of rats couldn't even get one kill without all of you dying though.
It's recorded, no need to be faking messages. See you on YouTube, keep trolling noobs and saying they are tryhards.
Lol. Fake. We kill traded. The rest of you easy way outed. Weak. Also glad you're a fan.
You will be hunted down for fun by people to disprove it. You dashboarded. Which was smart because you wouldn't keep up anything else to add before I quit recording.
Holy shit. Recording? Judging by the way he is flexing, this guy must be a legendary try-hard YouTuber. I better go check. Oh. Oh my. His videos really can't be that bad, right?
Hey you guys, this is my work roommate. Come to you with another YouTube video. Go.
Oh god. It's fucking worse than I could have possibly imagined. This will be fun. Says a lot that you need a group to be effective.
Nah, I'd wreck you solo. I'm down for a 1v1.
Oh. I'm sure you're down for a lot of things.
If you make a video, use my alt's name. Oi kiki salty man child ow kiki wow kiku mauik. It'll get more views. And reference the Nitrix Warlord video. So 1v1, or consider your point mute.
You have no idea how happy it makes me to see how salty your pack of crusty boys have gotten from my videos. It means I'm doing what I set out to do.
We aren't salty. ... Lol. Just stating the facts. You lost and would lose if you had a 1v1.
The fact you're here, right now, typing this, that proves otherwise, dude.
Nah. Just proves that I did what I set out to do, and what I've done before to other fakes.
This guy's a great big phony!
Views are irrelevant. I do what I do for exactly this. Right here. Making crusty man babies salty on a dying game that they ruined. Watching as they sweat and type out their meaningless threats, convincing themselves what they're doing has any meaning. I pity you, man.
I made you leave the session. Better rethink who the baby is.
You can't come up with a better response.
I'm just enjoying you putting so much effort into your responses. It's cute.
Thank you. I'm starting to realize what this guy actually does. Everything is a desperate attempt to keep his channel relevant. He seeks out GTA YouTubers who make original content and expose them by dogpiling them with his group of mentally deficient cronies. Molecular Midgex D, the only thing you are exposing is your own insecurity. You are incapable of making half-decent original content, so you need to latch onto others to get any kind of recognition. You are a scum-sucking parasite whose only claim to fame is a video of you getting your cheeks clapped by someone far more original, talented, and self-aware than yourself. The fact that you took the time to track me down makes me incredibly happy. It assures me that my drone videos are achieving their purpose by making try-hard man babies. Like you. Very salty. Thank you for watching my videos. Have an amazing day.
Hey you guys, this is my work roommate.
If Bethesda made Grand Theft Auto 5 online,
who violated the law. Pay the court a fine.
If Bethesda made Red Dead Redemption 2,
Finally awake. You were trying to cross the border, right? Walked right into that Imperial ambush, same as us. And that thief over there.
Stop right now! Law and defense! Holy shit!
Load of horse shit!
Good God! This town has had enough of the likes of you. That's how a lawman solves a problem. Now that's what I call a good day's work. They are... Someone gonna get them? We're country folks. We're country just found up here. You made a mistake getting on the bad side of the law. You fools are gonna lose them!
Meet the RC Bandito, GTA 5 Online. Hello everyone. You may have noticed I'm wearing a brand new sport coat. Also, my voice is different. I apologize if this upsets you, but the previous voice was just a bit too pricey for my tastes. Now that I am no longer using it, I can finally afford bread and water. But enough about me, let's take a look at this brand new toy in GTA 5. To unlock this car, you need to pull a hefty sum of $1,590,000 out of your fat ass. Or you could just get 3 kills. But wait, there's more. You also need to purchase the $1 million Arena War Workshop before you can even buy it. But what's this? You want to upgrade it? Well, that will be another cool $1 million. Make sure you take a long hard look at all the neat customization options to distract yourself from the fact you just spent $3 million on a toy car. Oh wait. My mistake. It's not a toy. Now, after hearing all of this, I wouldn't blame you for thinking there wasn't a chance in hell that this Toy Story character was worth the cost. But, after using it for a short time, I can confidently say it's absolutely, 100% worth it. There are 3 major reasons why. Trolling, combat, and fun. Let's start with trolling. It's no secret I love to troll. It's one of the few ways I can still enjoy this game in its current state. Especially trolling tryhards. Fortunately for me, when it comes to trolling, this thing is an absolute beast. It has the amazing ability to RKO the ever-living shit out of players if you manage to time your jumps perfectly. Keep in mind, this won't work every time. Occasionally you'll miss hits you thought you made and make hits you thought you miss. In other words, the hit detection is utter shit. You can also trip your enemies by repeatedly humping their legs like my uncle's dog. This tripping mechanic coupled with terrible hit detection allows you to pull off some truly bizarre shit. Did I also mention this plastic toy car is an absolute tank? It can sustain more damage than a fully armored, bulletproof car. When a tryhard encounters a bandito, they will immediately begin to spam every explosive they have tucked away in their fanny pack. My friends, this is the perfect opportunity to bust out what is arguably this car's best feature. Mines. That's right, bitch. This baby can carry your choice of 3 kinetic or EMP mines. Now, every single other GTA YouTuber will tell you to go with the EMP mines due to the fact they can stop cars in their tracks. But I'm here to tell you that EMP mines are shitty and boring, and you are a shitty and boring person if you picked them. Kinetic mines are the way to go if you value fun. They send your enemies so high in the air, they get to heaven before they even die. Safe to say, this little car is a great trolling tool that even rivals the drone. If you're still not convinced this car is worth buying, just wait until you see its performance in combat situations. Personally, I don't find the PvP combat in GTA particularly fun. Watching a competitive firefight is like watching two crackheads play Wii tennis. To me, there's just nothing appealing about rapidly shuffling side to side followed by immediate suicide to reset health. That said, I absolutely love fighting tryhards with this thing. Here's an example. The other day, I immediately came under fire after joining a session. A sweaty tryhard was looking to start a 1v1 with any poor soul that happened to be on the beach. He kept killing me before I even got the chance to get him in my crosshairs. By this point, the little man was pretty confident this would be an easy way to farm some kills. But he was mistaken. Let's watch what happens when we add the RC bandito to the equation. The little man just couldn't compete with the plastic toy car. From this point on, all he could do was kill himself and run away. A fitting end for this toxic little shit. The self-detonate ability is your best friend in combat situations. The blast radius is comparable to a sticky bomb, meaning you can easily pull off some double kills. Maybe even triple kills. Keep in mind that enemies can lock onto the bandito with homing launches and weaponized vehicles. Explosives are your worst enemy, avoid them like a neckbeard avoids a shower. If you get hit with any form of explosive, you will get launched into the nearest wall at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Be mindful that this car cannot be your solution to every combat situation. Anyone on a building, flying, swimming, or driving are out of your reach. However, it can be extremely useful in these common situations. Tryhards sniping on an overpass. Deluxo griefers stopping for a rest. Cowboys on telephone booths. And that's just to name a few. If for some reason you're still not convinced this car is worth buying after witnessing its performance in trolling and combat situations, you need Jesus. Also, you need to see the #1 reason why I bought this car. "5 years of playing this game and I have never owned a jet. But I own a fully upgraded bombushka. Why would I do this? The bombushka is almost useless in combat, and with the upgrades it's nearly 3 times more expensive than a Hydra. Whenever I'm considering what vehicle I should spend my hard-earned money on, my choice is based entirely on one question. Is it fun?
If it's not fun, why bother?
I have gotten far more enjoyment loading my friends into the bombushka than I would have gotten killing people with a jet. And this is the #1 reason why I bought the RC Bandito. It's just plain dang old fun. Simply driving this thing around Los Santos has been the most enjoyable experience I've had in this game in years. This car allows you to do things that were never possible until now. Here are just a few examples. If by now you still feel the RC Bandito is not worth every penny, you might want to check with your doctor to see if you have the condition known as big dumb. This is by far my favorite purchase since the drone. I want to wrap things up with a message to Rockstar. Thank you for putting this car in the game. It's refreshing to see you put in a weaponized vehicle that isn't designed to kill everyone within a 10-mile radius. Well, it looks like that's my time for today, folks. Thank you for spending your time here. It warms my cold, dead heart to see people enjoying my content. This is a new type of video I've never done before, but I have to say, I had a lot of fun making it. What vehicle should I cover next? The Oppressor Mark II or the drone? Let me know which one you want to see by leaving me a comment. Have an amazing day. The worst edition in the history of GTA Online. The orbital cannon is Rockstar's biggest fuck-up since GTA for the Game Boy Advance. By late 2017, Rockstar had made countless additions that made free mode increasingly frustrating to play. Every lobby echoed with the screams of missiles and the thundering crack of explosions. The players got on their knees, lifted their gazes to the heavens and cried out to Rockstar, begging them to stop creating these weaponized monstrosities. Rockstar responded by adding a weapon that literally allows you to instantly kill anyone on the map for $750,000. Excuse me. What the fuck? Imagine you spent dozens of hours of your life grinding towards a cargo sale. Someone now has the ability to simply press a button and nuke you with the Death Star. Millions of dollars and dozens of hours of your life instantly gone. If that wasn't bad enough, that orbital cannon strike most likely did not cost them a single penny. There is a glitch that allows players to use the orbital cannon for free. All they need to do is disconnect from the session before the money is charged. This insult to God's earth is the main reason why players are forced to find solo public lobbies so they can sell their product without the fear of being obliterated. But sometimes this doesn't work. The other day, I was going about my usual grind, hoping to finally make enough money to buy a dump. When out of the blue, a familiar name appeared on my screen. The moment I saw the name I realized what was about to happen. I find it hilarious when a tryhard resorts to using the orbital cannon. It shows that they have given up hope trying to kill you with actual skill and resort to asking Daddy Rockstar for an instant kill. It exposes how hopelessly desperate they are, though I'm sure they lack the self-awareness to see this. After getting hit with an orbital cannon you will likely receive a message like GG no re or 1-0. This is because tryhards need this self-congratulatory celebration to boost whatever is left of their self-esteem. I recommend you play along out of pity. So, are there any counters to the orbital cannon? Well, yes, actually. Now, listen carefully because I'm going to give you step-by-step instructions of what to do when you are face to face with obliteration. Step 1. Find a new session. Congratulations, you've successfully avoided getting nuked. If you have the time, sometimes it's more fun to waste as much of their time as possible. Because there are many words to describe a tryhard, and patient is not one of them. You can do this by taking cover underground or under high bridges. Earlier in the week I was in a session with several GTA YouTubers. Just by looking at the gamer tags you can tell what kind of players infected this lobby. I saw this as the perfect opportunity to film some bandito clips for a new video. I was going about my usual shenanigans when suddenly I noticed a mugger standing beside me. After killing the mugger I saw a name I had never hoped to see again.
The Dark Lord is here!
I should have known that this many of us in one session would have drawn him in like a fly to a pile of shit on a hot summer sidewalk. That's right, the kind gentleman from my first toxic message video was back and thirsty for revenge. But this would not be as easy as he had hoped. My only goal was to simply waste his time. He quickly dispatched a couple goons to do his dirty work. Things went as well as you would expect. I made good use of my terrorbyte, bandito, and bunker. Every time his goons would get close to killing me I would escape by the skin of my teeth. They wanted it bad. And that's what makes it so fun. When you come across people who take this game too seriously, you'll find how easy it is to ruin their day. After a good while, Mage couldn't take it anymore. He wanted this kill so bad, he would have traded his left testicle for it. But luckily for him, he had one last sure way to kill me. I got to hand it to him though, the man was dedicated to killing me. It's actually quite impressive. We had a friendly conversation afterwards. Despite all the harsh things I've said about this player, I harbor no resentment towards him. Sure, Mage is an extremely toxic player who ruins every session he joins. But in the long run, Mage is harmless. I respect Mage a lot more than these massive GTA YouTubers that give the community a bad name with their soulless, clickbait, cash grab content. Since my toxic message video, his content has drastically improved and I'm proud of him for this. I see potential in him and I want him to continue to grow and his content to improve. Sorry I got a little sidetracked there. Now what about the orbital cannon? Will Rockstar ever fix this? It has been plaguing the game for well over a year. Most of the community is in agreement that this is part of the game now and we'll just have to live with it. But recently something magical happened. Rockstar opened a community feedback page. My good friend Project Heli recently sent a complaint about the orbital cannon glitch. Miraculously, he got a response from the Almighty. We now have confirmation that Rockstar knows about this issue. Whether or not they will actually do something about it is something else entirely. At the end of the day, the orbital cannon was a ridiculous addition that was only put in the game so Rockstar could sell more shark cards at the expense of the overall quality of the game. If you tell someone who hasn't played GTA in years about the orbital cannon, they will either think you're joking or tell you that the game has been ruined. Let's just hope Rockstar doesn't add an orbital cannon Mark II. Well, that's my time for today folks. Thank you for watching my video. Have an amazing day. Meet the Terabyte, GTA 5 Online. So, why is the Terabyte the best purchase you can make in GTA Online? There are more cars, planes, boats, helicopters, properties and things than I can count, and I have the audacity to sit here and tell you the best use of your money is a box truck that looks like what you would rent to move your dead grandma's furniture. But don't let its appearance fool you. Underneath its calm, domestic exterior, lies an arsenal of weapons, gadgets, and abilities that will drastically improve your GTA Online experience. A collection of useful tools rolled into one package for your convenience. Simply put, the Terabyte is the Swiss Army knife of GTA Online. Join me as I show you why this box truck is good for more than just moving furniture. The number one cause of death in GTA Online is what medical professionals like to call rocket poisoning. To reduce the risk of rocket poisoning, doctors prescribe a healthy dose of heavily armored vehicles. Every time you set foot in a vehicle that lacks armor or missiles, you are at the mercy of every vehicle on the map that does. And you should know that mercy is not in the vocabulary of your average GTA player. Lucky for you, the Terabyte has more armor than a knight on crusade. So when the hordes of unwashed tryhards come to shit in your cereal, you can rest easy knowing today your cornflakes will be feces free. Because the Terabyte can tank so many missiles, an Oppressor Mark II will literally run out of missiles before they destroy you, leaving them open for a bullet buffet. tired of the bank taking your house, car, and cherished possessions because you spent your entire life savings on shark cards? Well, you'll be happy to know that Terabyte is the answer to your poor spending habits. Every grinder already knows that the Terabyte is an absolute necessity for making money. If you're a new player that's tired of being broke, this is your ticket up. I've already made tens of millions with the client jobs alone. Most of it went towards my crippling addictions. So get yourself a Terabyte and stop buying shark cards so you can catch up on those months of missed alimony checks. The drone is good. By nature, the Terabyte is a defensive vehicle. If you want to use the Terabyte to grief your fellow players, you're gonna have a bad time. You're better off trying to grief with a convoy of dumps. But what the Terabyte can do better than anything else is defend itself. With the missile battery you can fend off most forms of flying vehicles. I like to call it the fly swatter. It can also lock onto players on foot. You can even lock onto multiple targets at once. This weapon is truly an underrated gem with massive potential. However, it has 3 glaring issues. It takes forever to lock on, it can't look down, and you'll find it extremely difficult to shoot down a jet. Although you will cause them to fly around in endless loops, which is far more entertaining in my opinion. So go ahead and buy the missile upgrade for the Terabyte. Hop in the back and defend yourself from the griefers. Receive a salty message. Respond with LOL and keep killing them. Receive a confusing apology message. It's an absolute blast. You did good, Rockstar. There are so many things the Terabyte is good for. Most people just own one because they need it to modify the Mark II, but this thing is amazing by itself. You can use it to dodge orbital cannons, provided you're in the back. You can even use your Mark II as an escape pod when things get too hairy. It's not the best weapon or method of transportation. But in my honest opinion, this is by far the best single purchase you can make with your hard-earned cash. For a relatively low price you get a complete package of gadgets and weapons that will aid you in your travels. On top of that, the Terabyte allows you to use the best money-making methods, so it practically pays for itself. If you're new to the game, pick one up as soon as you can. You won't regret it. Thank you all for watching, have an amazing day. Meet the brain-dead noobs of GTA 5 Online.
Be a motherfucking man about it. Say white power. Say it. White power. White motherfucking power. Now white power then. God damn it. White power, bitch. No, I'll probably come over there and fuck everything moving over there. Except the males. Shit, the fuck out of here, you.
Not even a part of beat the Nazi. Like we're too afraid to fight us.
Shut the fuck up, bitch. I can't hear nothing you saying, bitch. Shut up. You talking to yourself, cause I can't even hear you. Talking shit. Go lay your bitch ass down. What?
The fuck is that shit? I did not know you were talking to fucking phone.
Bro, what the fuck do you want? I'm not gonna answer your phone.
The low levels of GTA Online are the most brain-dead players I've ever encountered in any game. Their combined IQ is less than a pile of mashed potatoes from Applebee's. Something about Grand Theft Auto Online attracts a very particular type of player. Because you'll have a hard time finding a low-level player base more toxic, irritating, and aggressive than that of GTA Online's. And I've played fucking RuneScape. We all know what it's like being a low level. Being fresh off the plane with nothing but a pistol and 48 bullets at your side. Your mind is flooded with ideas as you think about all the neat things you can do in this brand new world. You take a look at your map to find it sprinkled with little dots. As the hamster wheel in your mind starts turning, you realize those are real living, breathing people. Now pay close attention because this is the most crucial moment of everyone's GTA Online career. One of two thoughts will go through a noob's mind at this moment. The first being,
gee golly, I can't wait to see what adventures await me on this beautiful day.
And the other thought is,
with this pistol, I will murk every shit-stained degenerate polluting my perfect world with their stench.
90% of players choose the second option. They quickly learn that they lack the appropriate hardware and skill to effectively murk a single soul. But like a salmon swimming against the current, they will not be deterred. They are hardwired to be aggressive and their programming won't allow them to think rational, human thoughts. Here's the perfect example. This guy was out here causing trouble for anyone unlucky enough to meet his eyes. Eventually he stumbled across me taking my weekly bath in the LS River.
Oh, you doing that whole seat, bitch ass nigga.
You won't always find a lobby with people using mics. But when you do, there's always one guy using the world's shittiest headset while blasting his Coolio mixtape from 2001.
Side by side. All you niggas wanna blow me, yeah.
And if you're lucky, he will also have 10 people in the background who are simultaneously watching TV at max volume, washing dishes, and screaming at their children, who are also crying. Please end my suffering. This guy was out for my blood now. I typically don't like to troll low levels. But my philosophy is, if they're trying to attack me or other players minding their own business.
It's free real estate.
Don't know a nigga like this nigga. He a weird ass nigga, he doing weird ass shit. Get your bitch ass away from me, you weird ass nigga.
Lobbies like this are proof the toxic spirit of Modern Warfare 2 is still alive and well. 10 years later and the mic quality has managed to get worse. In the midst of this lunatic's incoherent ramblings, another high IQ individual joins the conversation.
Nigga bitch, I'm finna get on.
Stupid ass American game. Fuck this shit.
Weird ass little bitch.
Who the fuck is you black ass talking to?
With that little shocking shit you got, you little weird ass motherfucker. Fuck you.
You're calling you fucking weird ass, black ass, bro.
You ain't gonna do it now, you little bitch. Little bitch, you can't even catch me now, huh?
In case you missed that, this absolute mastermind has used all 2 of his brain cells to come to the conclusion that this man is me. He doesn't know how to check who's talking in the lobby, so he automatically assumes the first voice he hears is the man he's trying to kill. To make matters worse, the new challenger is just a little bit racist. This is truly a dialogue for the ages.
Oh, Mr. Little Cherry. You know what? You call yourself Cherry because you look like a fucking pig. You got bullied in your school. Cherry
My name ain't Cherry, nigga. My name is Shirley, not Cherry.
So tough, Cherry guy.
My name is Terry. So really.
Bigger than your fucking little cherry ass.
Oh yeah.
It's actually pretty cool. A 6-year-old game can maintain a steady population of low levels. Usually a game this far into its life cycle will have a player base consisting of mostly tryhards, but GTA Online has managed to keep the populations relatively balanced. As all things should be. I believe this is because people crawl back to this game like an abusive ex-lover. They remember the good times, but as soon as they come back, they remember what made them leave in the first place. If you're the type of player that loves to use your Mark II to murk noobs driving civilian cars, just take a second to remember what it was like to be in their position. Unless they are trying to kill you, just let them enjoy the game. I promise you, not a single soul on this planet cares how many noobs you killed to get that KD. You fucking donut. Noobs are essential to the life of GTA Online. After all, they pay for our DLC with their parents' credit cards. Thank you for watching my video. Have an amazing day.
Don't know a nigga like this nigga.
GTA Experts Guide Faggio.
Alright, so those are a few things I've learned about the Insurgent through using the thing for a very long time in GTA Online. This is the part of the video where I say this video is going to be the first and last in the series, at least by me. What I have in mind for this is to do a sort of collaboration with anyone and everyone who makes videos for the GTA community. I'm kinda looking at you guys.
Well shit. Sorry to disappoint you, Pyrealm. I've already made in-depth reviews of every vehicle I could be called an expert of. And frankly I'm the last person people should be coming to for a serious review. Even if I wanted to make it, I can't think of any other vehicles I've spent enough time using to be considered an expert. I'm real sorry man, it looks like I won't be. Oh shit. I know everyone calls it the Faggio, but to avoid demonetization, I will be calling it by its proper name, the Faggio. Driving a Faggio around Los Santos is the ultimate alpha gamer move. You are letting everyone in the session know that the number of fucks you give is approximately 0. Everyone is clinging to their Mark IIs, absolutely terrified at the idea of being killed by another player. Ever ready to kill themselves the moment they hear a missile lock. But then there's you. No rockets, no armor, cruising around on a scooter that can barely top 30 miles an hour. Because you care not for these primitive monkeys and their KD insecurity issues. You play this game for fun, and the Faggio is fun in its purest form. Anyone old enough to remember when Star Wars wasn't shit, is probably old enough to remember the Faggio from previous GTA titles.
We are brothers on scooters! Where are we going today, scooter brother?
Scooter brother! Where are we going today, scooter brother?
A GTA game without the Faggio is like a Michael Bay movie without explosions. It is of course, the single most important vehicle ever put in a game. And you'll never know if that was sarcastic or not because of my shitty text-to-speech voice. The Faggio comes in 3 different flavors. Original, Sport, and my personal favorite, the Mod. Just look at the customization options of this filthy beast. This thing is so wild, sometimes people will just stop and stare, frantically trying to comprehend what the f they are looking at. It's honestly a great way to make friends with people who would have otherwise shot you on sight. But be careful. Sometimes they will be so awestruck by its majesty, they will attempt to take it for themselves. Do not allow them to desecrate it with their filthy hands. The fact that everyone doesn't drive the Faggio exclusively is a sin against nature. How are you going to pick a flying bike over a scooter with 100 mirrors and lights? What are you? F***ing stupid? Just look at the turn radius of this thing. It can turn so tight, you can dodge Mark II missiles by driving in a circle. It can also wheelie with no effort. All you need to do is pull back on the left thumbstick and you're gold. You can easily pull off a wheelie that lasts longer than my parents' marriage. Sure, the Faggio is slow, has no weapons, and no armor. But if you drive it, you're the biggest Chad on the map. That's all I really have to say about the Faggio. A vehicle that you should buy solely for the cool factor. Pick one up if you don't already own a garage full of them. Well, that's my entry to the GTA Experts Guide series. If you're a content creator in the GTA community, feel free to contribute to this series with a vehicle of your choice. If any of you mad lads choose the RCV, you'll be my personal hero. Shout out to Pyrealm Gaming for starting the series. He is one of the few big GTA YouTubers that actually makes good content instead of shitting out clickbait videos with 10 ad rolls with mass appeal to little f***ing children. Subscribe to him if you haven't already. I have a couple spicy videos in the works, so stick around. Thank you for watching my video. Have an amazing day. Meet the wannabe tryhards of GTA 5 Online.
Y'all niggas got me hot. Yeah. Nah, niggas got me hot. Yeah. Yeah. Say. Hey. Well, that's exactly what the nigga came for. You throwing shots from afar. I'ma meet you at your front door. So hard to be doing what you really meant for, beauty. Don't I make it look easy? Don't I make it look good? Hey, now you drank up all my liquor. Come on, what I'm supposed to do now? And you talking all that shit. Now come on, you gon' have to back it up. If I get too high now, sugar, come on.
What's worse than taking PvP seriously in a game like GTA Online? Taking PvP seriously and being absolute garbage at it. Meet the wannabe tryhards. These guys are some of the lowest forms of life you can encounter in this game. The more hardcore tryhards usually only fight amongst themselves to prove who has the most skill, and dispel any rumors about their allegedly small PP. The wannabe tryhards on the other hand, don't give a shit about skill but rather the illusion of it. They would sooner sell their kidneys to the black market than let their KD slip. It's the only thing that matters to them. You can find them picking fights with easy targets who are just minding their own business. These guys are usually in the transition from casual to tryhard. The mentality is there but the experience is not. Maybe they're just a little steamed after their Zentorno was blown up by a flying bike. In a fit of blind rage, they watch a couple YouTube tutorials and buy a Mark II with the shark cards they got from their 13th birthday. Now they're officially a big boy tryhard, ready to get that epic Fortnite W. Here's two of them trying to blow up my nightclub sale. Luckily they don't seem to grasp the concept of proximity mines. It's nice to know that two futuristic rocket bikes armed to the teeth with heat-seeking missiles are no match for a f***ing pedo van. Now, I won't sit here and pretend I'm a god at PvP. In fact, I'm the exact opposite. You might even say I'm hot garbage. I have no shame in admitting I'm absolutely terrible with the PvP mechanics of this game. They're honestly just too unbalanced, exploitable, and fundamentally broken for me to ever want to learn. I usually only fight other players when defending myself, competing in events, or fending off griefers with asinine gadgets. That said, if you jump me in a session and lose, uninstall the game, pack your bags, leave the country. You are bad. A man doing the marksman shuffle ambushed me at the airport. You can see my inert brain slowly try to process where he is. He didn't hit me once. If it had been a real tryhard, I would be dead before I even saw him. My point is, if you're going to go out of your way to kill everyone in the lobby, make sure you have the skill to back it up. Otherwise you'll just bring shame to your family and will be forced to join the circus like the clown you are. This next clip perfectly sums up exactly what these types of players are. This random pulls up to me with a bus and offers me a ride. I thought, this will only end badly, but okay. He drove from player to player offering them rides. And to my surprise, we were not blown up or even shot at. Here's something that's pretty rare in 2019, just a bunch of random players coming together and just messing around. It brought me back to a simpler time when the GTA Online community wasn't an absolute toxic cesspool. It brought me just a little taste of hope for the future of GTA Online. But I should have known better. The fantasy came crashing down when we came across someone whose sole purpose in this world is to be an asshole. Reality is often disappointing. These types of players are worse than hardcore tryhards in my opinion. They've convinced themselves a high KD makes them good at the game, no matter how they acquire it. They're a big reason why people avoid GTA Online in 2019. They just feel so powerless when they get farmed by some mongoloid on a Mark II. But some part of me is actually really happy these guys exist. A lot of them play GTA because it's a safe space to take out their aggression on others.
Veronica, this is what you get for rejecting me.
I don't blame them, it's actually a healthy way to vent. The great thing is that their lack of experience means their aggression does not translate well into GTA 5. Watching them fail makes for genuinely funny entertainment. With any luck, they will eventually learn that there's really no sport in killing noobs in civilian cars. Or they'll just get tired and go back to Fortnite. That's my time for today, folks. Thank you for watching my video. Have an amazing day. Copyright strikes from a toxic GTA YouTuber.
YouTube's copyright system is less functional than my grandpa's heart, and he's been dead for 5 years. You can follow every rule to ensure your video does not violate the terms of fair use, but at the end of the day, your video is just as likely to get taken down is top 5 epic Family Guy moments.
Number 2 Family Guy epic moment is when Stewie make Lois yell. This is very epic because Stewie trolls Lois and makes her angry, and I don't like Lois because she is stupid. Good job, Stewie, that was epic.
It can best be described as a game of Russian roulette, except this time there are 5 loaded chambers and only 1 empty. Will your video get taken down? Will you get a copyright strike? Will some random filthy degenerate claim your video and profit from your hard work? Or will your entire channel be permanently deleted from the platform? Time to spin the chamber and find out. You may have noticed I used a copyrighted song in my intro. YouTube's algorithm picked this up and allowed the copyright owners to monetize my video. And this is an example of the system actually doing its job and improving the platform. But here's where the system sort of falls face first into a pile of shit. It is very easy to exploit. So easy to exploit, in fact, it makes GTA Online look like a solid game. Case in point, 2 GTA YouTubers recently got into some beef. It's Lala Gaming and Molecular Mage XD. Who are these people, you may ask? Good question. A lot of you may remember Mage from my older videos when I goofed on him pretty hard. His channel is sitting at about 1.5k subs at the time of making this video. He spends most of his time creating tryhard PvP guides, glitch tutorials, and being a drain on society. But his absolute favorite pastime is starting middle school tier drama with other GTA YouTubers like myself. In the other corner, we have Lala Gaming. Lala is the kind of YouTuber that relies heavily on the theory that loud equals funny. A good portion of her content can best be described as watching other people's content and reacting to it very loudly.
What you invite your friends for? Niggas to get smoked like you getting smoked over here.
She hides her subscriber count, but judging by the views she pulls in, she's doing alright for herself. So, here's the situation. Lala is live streaming. Mage takes notice, rounds up the most epic gamers he can find, and drops off the battle bus right into her session. Anyways, Mage effectively ruins her livestream with his elite sniping skills. Mage then makes a 50-minute video showcasing him ruining her livestream and sprinkling in reaction clips throughout. Now, this video was structured like your typical reaction video. It wasn't very good, but fell within the terms of fair use.
Oh, shit. It ain't on me. Dee.
Spit it out, damn it. Come on, Lala. Stop stuttering.
At this moment, most people would either ignore him, respond to him, or just laugh at him, but not Lala. Instead, she manually striked his video, effectively removing it from YouTube. And now the cracks in this system become very apparent. Despite the video falling well within the confines of fair use, Lala was able to get the video instantly removed with almost no effort. I can already hear some of you saying, why are you defending someone as toxic as Mage? You've literally called him a scum-sucking parasite in the past. It's true. I'm not the president of his fan club. I don't care for his videos, and I really don't care for the way he plays the game. So, if shit has gotten to the point to where I'm actually defending this guy, shit's gotten pretty bad. The bottom line is, Lala abused YouTube's copyright system to get a video removed that she did not like. Mage now has 2 options. He can take this strike and just let the video stay down, or you can appeal it for manual review. Obviously, this sounds like the better choice. That's not always the case, because if your appeal gets rejected, you might find yourself in deeper shit than before. So, Mage took the risk, appealed it, and he won. His video was reinstated after it was deemed to be fair use, and now it's back up for everyone's viewing pleasure. If you have 50 minutes and are willing to lose a few brain cells, I recommend you check it out. Please note, you may develop a small amount of brain cancer, just a small amount, not a whole lot, not just a small cancer. Okay, quick side note, when I watched this video for the first time, I honestly felt like I stumbled across some deep web shit. It's honestly filmed like a serial killer's manifesto.
Look, see, I can do it just like you, Lola. So there. Even I can be just like you.
And maybe he's just trying to be edgy, but it just comes off as like the ramblings of an insane man who happened to sneak a webcam into his padded cell.
That's for you, Lala. Oh, man.
I don't know. Maybe I'm overreacting, but it's just really hard to picture a scenario where a sane man sits down and makes these videos. But enough about that. We're not here to judge Mage's psychotic videos, but rather defend his rights to make psychotic videos. Lala, I'm not trying to bash your content or defend Mage's actions of ruining your live stream. He's an antagonistic person who baits people for responses, and you took the bait. You could have just left his video alone, and you would have left that situation being the hero and making Mage look like an insecure man-child grabbing for attention. Any sane person who saw that video would probably just feel sorry for him.
So wait, you're telling me if I don't hit the like button, you're gonna come to my house and beat me up? Come on now, let's do it. Roll up, pull up, do something. I'm gonna go hit that dislike button.
But you couldn't do that. You had to retaliate. You had to retaliate in the dirtiest way possible. You sank so far below his level. You're down there with the Titanic. And she just thought no one would care. Because he's just a tiny YouTube channel with 1,000 subscribers.
This video falls well within fair use. So, if you try to strike it, Lala, I will fight it.
And you may think Mage is a giant piece of shit, and hey, trust me, no one knows it better than me. But you can't just abuse YouTube's copyright system to remove his videos. It makes you the villain, and him the victim. Mage is a professional asshole. It's really hard to make him look like the good guy. But I guess I should expect nothing less of someone who has GTA Tryhard as their YouTube banner. I guess the purpose of this video was to shed some light on some of the more seedy happenings in the GTA YouTuber community. And this shit is happening right now. Mage made another video reacting to one of her videos, and she manually striked it again. You may have noticed I did not directly copy and paste any of her clips into my video, so I believe I'm safe from the impending strike. But who knows? Given the way YouTube works, my whole channel might be gone tomorrow. It's been nice knowing you people. Thank you for watching my video. Have an amazing day.
Meet the animals of GTA Online.
I know I'm very late talking about this, but it was just too good to not make a video. In case you didn't know, for a short time Rockstar put peyote plants in GTA Online. Just like in single player, consuming them would transform you into a random animal. You could be a dog, a cat, a bird, a deer. You had birds getting hit with orbital cannons and literal dogfights in the streets. What more could you want? Some people only care about new cars, new weapons, or new ways to make money, and that's all great, but all I really want is stupid shit I can have fun with. Turns out being a bird is pretty fucking fun. So sit back, relax, and let me take you through some of the animals you can play as in GTA Online. Dogs are by far the most common animal in the game, so when you roll the peyote plant dice, this is your most likely outcome. You can't run very fast, but you can nibble other players to death. Honestly, the only way you're gonna pull that off is to find someone who is either completely oblivious or away making hot pockets. I don't know. If you get a couple friends together, you can have some wholesome fun tearing each other apart. You get to experience firsthand the savage brutality of an underground dogfighting ring. Fucking fantastic. Thank you, Rockstar. good. It's faster than a dog and has a more powerful bite, but if you try to go after another player, you're still likely to end up getting gunned down in the street. You can actually ride on a buzzard if you manage to get on this part. There's this weird mechanic where your animal will ragdoll and start having a seizure if it runs into a vehicle. So now you can come into GTA Online and watch animals pulsate on the ground. Play this game! Faster than a mountain lion and can one-hit players, but can't ride on a buzzard. Rockstar has this weird thing against cats. There is no attack that the cat can do. You can't scratch, you can't bite, nothing. Some of you are probably saying,
there's no point to having an attack animation because a cat is incapable of killing a human.
That would be a fair point if it weren't for the fact that you can kill other players as a pug. A goddamn pug. Also in Red Dead 2, you can pet dogs but not cats. The fuck is wrong with you backwards savages? Let me pet the fucking cat. By far the best animal in the game. Flying around as a bird is a ton of fun. You can also drop bird shit on people. As far as I know, it doesn't do any damage or anything at all really, but it's just fucking ridiculous and I love it. If you're good with the bomb dropping mechanics of this game, then the shit dropping mechanics shouldn't be too hard for you to pick up. Now, I'm not saying you should do this, but there was a glitch that let you throw sticky bombs as an animal. So, essentially, you would have pigeons going around this session fucking carpet bombing people. And it was fucking great. It was great. And in a game where there's 100 different god mode glitches, a pigeon flying around with a sticky bomb honestly is not that bad. I don't like the fact that the game is so broken, but I've given up hope thinking Rockstar is going to do dick about it. But I don't really play GTA for the stability or balanced combat. I play because it's stupid, dumb fun. And that's exactly what the animals were. And yeah, you know, the animals were a broken, buggy mess, but it was just fucking fun. It is what it is. I guess I gotta wait a whole year before I'm a bird again. Anyways, thank you for listening to me rant about bullshit that does not matter at all. I hope you liked the video, and oh, thank you for 100,000 subscribers. I don't really deserve it because I'm not very active on here, but you bet your ass I'm gonna try to be more active. I don't really like to force content. I only make a video when I have something interesting I want to talk about. So I don't think I'll ever have scheduled upload dates, but still gonna be making videos and still gonna be putting effort into them so they're at least somewhat watchable. Thank you for watching and have a great day.
Meet the RC Tank, GTA 5 Online.
I try. Hey, I try to be a righteous man. I try to give love all over the world. But I'm tired of being used. It's my turn to love and be loved. My spirit free. I try to be a righteous man. Talk to the Lord most every day. Sometimes this world can do me wrong. I keep to the path, won't go astray.
Imagine coming back to this game after several years, and the first thing you see upon loading in is this. Right? So the only appropriate reaction to this is the stark realization that the game you once loved is dead and gone. So the RC tank is the third vehicle you can launch from your inventory, the other two being the RC bandito and the nano drone, which makes sense because they're like gadgets or toys, right? They're tiny, they're small, you can fit them on your person. The RC tank, on the other hand, is roughly the size of one Danny DeVito. If he wanted to, he could probably climb in and pilot this thing. But just like the drone and the RC bandito, this thing's sole purpose is to fuck with people. So let's say someone kills you, right? Naturally, you're gonna want to get some revenge, so you whip out your tank and you do this. And while you're doing this, they can't shoot you, they can't blow you up, they can't even easy way out. All they can do is watch. They are forced to just sit there and watch. While you're doing this, they'll probably try to kill themselves, but that won't happen. They'll just ragdoll around, desperately trying to claw their way to freedom so they can taste the sweet release of death. When it comes down to it, the RC tank is a form of suicide prevention.
Oh, suicide is badass!
This is one of the funniest ways you can fuck with people. It's right up there with drone tasing and sending people to space with kinetic mines. But I hear you asking,
why not just use a Hydra, or a Savage, or a Mark II, or a Scramjet, or a Rhino, or an Force Hunter?
Because those are all better choices. The RC tank isn't fun because it's the best way to kill players on the ground. It's fun because of how much of a stupid fucking meme it is. When the RC tank was announced, everyone thought it was going to break the game, and it's easy to see why. It's always off the radar, you can tank 5 missiles, and you can spawn it anywhere. But luckily, GTA Online is already a broken mess, so all the other broken shit just kind of cancels it out. Because as soon as the Mark II gets in the air, you're done. Your biggest enemies are the cops, believe it or not. And I'm not sure if Rockstar tweaked the cop AI or the tank is just too fucking slow, but they just fuck you, man. Also, the tank can't climb hills or aim up, so all it takes to beat this thing is a height advantage. Most players will try to use rockets to kill you. I like to try to time my jumps and close the gap so they'll end up inadvertently blowing themselves up, because that's funny. You have a choice of 3 different weapon variants, 4 if you count the stock machine gun, but you're going to want to swap that out as soon as possible because it's garbage. The laser cannon is objectively the best weapon. Most of the tanks you come across will be using it due to its ridiculous rate of fire. It's essentially just a minigun on wheels, so all you gotta do is spray in their general direction and you'll probably end up getting a headshot. If you only care about kills, this is probably your best bet. It's also a really good way to fight God mode speedos. For those of you who don't know, the speedo is typically a piece of shit that blows up in one rocket. You can also just shoot them out the front, despite the bulletproof looking windows. But with the glitch, the speedo is completely indestructible, so the only way to kill them is to shoot them out. So what these players will do is face away from their target and then back into them, all the while shredding them with a 50 cal minigun. So fighting one of these on foot is a fucking nightmare. In my opinion, the RC tank is the best counter to God mode speedos right now. It's not foolproof though. If you're too aggressive, you will get yourself killed. The rocket launcher is less effective than the laser cannon, but in my opinion, it's a lot more fun. It fires these tiny rockets with almost no range, but you can actually kill a player in one hit if you hit them center mass. Personally, I prefer to shoot at their feet because it sends them flying, because that's funny. On a quick side note, I actually really like the missiles this thing fires. I feel like it's what the Mark II should have, because it doesn't make much sense that this fucking little bike has better missiles than a buzzard, but Rockstar says, fuck logic, let's make money. So, The flamethrower is by far the worst weapon. Honestly, probably worse than the stock machine gun. It's also my favorite, solely because of the previously mentioned roller toaster. How can I not love the image of a miniature remote-controlled flamethrower tank simultaneously roasting and flattening an edgy clown with a dunce cap?
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe.
It was an odd choice for Rockstar to make a Metal Slug kind of game within their game, and then make the tank from that game real in the actual game. It's weird, but it's fun, and that's all I really care about. It's also relatively cheap, being the only RC gadget that has no paywall. I recommend this to anyone who isn't satisfied with simply killing other players, but wants to pursue something higher and infinitely more funny. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.
Grand Theft Auto 5 Give Me Money Edition.
Hey, Ma!
So one fine day in 2020, a Rockstar employee took one look out of his window and decided, hey, things are going just a bit too well right now. Let's do something about that. So he made this trailer as, I guess he would call it a joke. I think it's just kind of sadistic. But you can't deny the genius of his sadism. I'd say he got the reaction he was looking for. At least this is what I have to tell myself, because the alternative is finally coming to terms with the fact that Rockstar thinks we're just a bunch of fucking retards. I mean, obviously they're right, but still, how could they have expected any other reaction than the one they got? I am genuinely curious how this was able to get by so many people without one guy standing up and saying something like, oh, that's not a good idea. We haven't released anything about GTA 6. People have been playing this game for 7 fucking years and they're dying for something new. Maybe we don't release the same game 3 times without releasing a sequel to it. And maybe we use trailer footage from the actual product we're advertising and not trailer footage from 10 fucking years ago. Like, they had to have known, right? They had to have known that this is how people would react. I can't believe their marketing department could possibly be this tone deaf. I can't. It's gotta be a joke. It has to be. Not even the Rockstar fanboys could defend this one, and that's when you know it's bad, because these fucking guys. Rockstar could drop a viscous log of shit in their mouth, and they'll still slurp it down like molasses. Then they'll turn to you with their shit-stained grin and tell you to stop being so critical. But not even they could defend this, because it's starting to look like it's gonna be a whole decade between releases. And the kid that called your mom gay back in 2013 has his own kid now. And now he's calling your mom gay. It's just been so long, man. And now here, at the turn of the generation, people are expecting something, a drop of information about GTA 6. And if not GTA 6, then at least something new. Maybe Bully 2, LA Noire 2, Max Payne 4, Thrasher 2, but Grand Theft Auto 5. This is what you announce. This is what Alright, that's all the outrage I can spare for this topic, because honestly, I'm not even surprised. And at this point, getting angry at Rockstar's shady business practices, it really serves no purpose, because they're not going to change their ways. Obviously, first and foremost, Rockstar is a business, so they're always going to do what's most lucrative, and I guess that means releasing the same game 3 times. I mean, it's worked for Todd. He's had no problem. It's pretty obvious why Rockstar doesn't want to drop GTA 6. I mean, why bust your ass making something new when the thing you made 7 years ago still pays the bills? This game refuses to die. No matter how hard Rockstar tries to sabotage it, the money won't stop flowing. Their astronomical success and lack of competition has caused them to become complacent and stagnate. At this point, they're they're just like a literal washed up rock star riding the success of their glory days. Watching this trailer wasn't even upsetting, it was just sad. It's like watching them break into my grandpa's nursing home, pump him full of drugs, and force him to dance on stage with puppet string. And all I can do is watch. GTA 5 is old, okay? It's ancient, and it doesn't matter how many layers of paint or life support systems you hook up to them. Underneath it all, it's still a game from 2013. But Rockstar isn't quite ready to give us something new, so they'd rather drag their golden boy to the new generation, kicking and screaming. No one asked for this, no one wanted this, but it's what we're getting, so I guess I might as well share my thoughts of what I'd like to see from it. So, if you have a few minutes and are willing to join me by the dumpster fire, let's talk about it.
Number 1. Story Mode Expansion.
The one thing Rockstar fanboys never get wrong is their unending praise of Rockstar's writing.
Did you kill him? What kind of fucking animal do you take me for? No, I didn't kill him. Oh, fuck. But I did kidnap his wife. Oh!
These three characters have such good chemistry on screen. It's because Rockstar, they know how to tell a story. They know how to write likable characters. They know how to put those likable characters in a fun setting. On top of that, they always hire competent actors like Stephen Ogg, Sean Fantano, Ned Luke. This trio is a goddamn national treasure, and this is the perfect opportunity to reunite them. Everyone wanted a single-player DLC. Everyone. But we never got one because they shift their focus to online. I mean, they used to do single-player DLCs, but they've compared and contrasted, and this is where the money is. Why would they go back to something less lucrative? So given their track record, I'd say it's very unlikely that we're getting any kind of single-player expansion with this new game, but I mean, come on. If you're gonna release the same game 3 times in a row and expect people to buy it, at least add something of value. I know a lot of you are probably laughing at the fact that I'm hoping for this to be anything other than a cash grab, but I share your pessimism.
Number 2. Updated map.
So, you know, we didn't get any single-player DLC, but at least we got some map expansions. Oh, wait, no. Wait, no. 7 years, not one map expansion, but I'll be honest, guys, I'm pretty hopeful for this one because if you look at the patch notes, or I guess speculative patch notes for what's to come, this next update or one after, I don't fucking know. They tout as the largest update GTA Online has ever seen, and they're also flexing what they're calling a new location. So I have high hopes for that being a map expansion, and I'm not even sure if that we have to wait until this version comes out. I think this is going to be on the Xbox One and the PS4. But I would not only just like to see a map expansion, but a updated map. Maybe the Mile High Club finally gets finished. Maybe the AI traffic is updated with the new cars, so it doesn't feel like you're still driving in 2013. That would be nice.
Number 3. New free mode.
So a few months ago, I made a video about what I would like to see from a new free mode. And that video was just mostly for fun. I didn't expect anyone at Rockstar to take any of it seriously and actually implement any of it into their game. But now that we've learned that GTA 5 is in fact what we are stuck with for the next millennia, maybe it's worth investing some development time into a free mode that works. Just putting that out there.
Number 4. Fix your fucking shit.
Swear to God, if we're still dealing with God mode jets and speedos in 2021, I'm gonna fucking throw up. I'm gonna be physically sick, and it'll be your fault, Rockstar. You think I'm gonna clean that shit up, huh? You think I'm not gonna email you with a express request to clean up my vomit? I want to get real with you guys for a second. Obviously, I built my channel off Grand Theft Auto 5. I've put more hours into this game than any other game in the past 7 years. I've gotten a lot of fun out of it,
And my overall experience with it has been positive, even though it has a ton of shortcomings. But it's time for something new. I mean, come on. It's been 7 years. There's no reason for you to release the same game 3 times, especially with backwards compatibility. It's just a cash grab, guys. But I'll still buy it because I love Grand Theft Auto, and this is a Grand Theft Auto channel, so you guys are going to want to see Grand Theft Auto. But if you think I'm only going to make GTA Online content for the next 2 years, fuck that. The GTA videos do not stop. They will not stop. I promise this to you. But we're going to add some other stuff into the mix. Firstly and foremost, when Cyberpunk comes out, I'm definitely going to make a video on that. You know, maybe a Battlefield video, maybe a War Thunder video. I don't know. I'm not going to stray too far off the beaten path. I'm not going to start making like fucking RuneScape videos or anything. I'm just going to have fun with it, and I hope you guys can have fun with it too. I still love GTA 5, and I'll keep playing it until GTA 6 comes out. And I'm sure I'm not alone in that. But remember, this is not the only game to ever exist. If you ever feel burnt out on it, don't be afraid to take a break. A lot of people, they try to make this game as their all-in-one, the only game they need, and it's not designed for that, and Rockstar doesn't care enough to make it that, so don't try. Anyways, stay safe. Have a great day.
Meet the cargo griefers of GTA Online.
In my experience, there are only 2 types of players that will actually go out of their way to blow up your cargo. The first being low levels that just don't know any better. See, people are always going to try to kill you in this game. That's like just one of the 7 universal truths. Most of the time, low levels will kill you for no reason. So when the game puts a fat red target on their map and tells them that some chump is running guns nearby, go kill them for money and RP, of course they're going to do it. Or, you know, at least they'll try. When a low level tries to blow up my cargo, I don't mind actually. I think it's fun. It reminds me back in the day when everyone was shit at the game, and you would get in these fucking ridiculous car chases that were just pure adrenaline. But those days are long gone. And that brings us to the other type of cargo griefer, which I like to call assholes. These guys are fully aware that cargo griefing is shit money. Honestly, some poor guy could put dozens of hours towards a cargo sale worth millions, and what do you get from blowing it up? Fucking lollipop? I mean, robbing convenience stores is more lucrative, but they don't give a shit. And why should they? They have all the money in the world. They got it from either glitching or straight from mom's purse. So grinding is a joke to them, and nothing brings them more joy than shattering the dreams of an honest, hardworking grinder. I mean, they hate grinders, man. They see them as the noob community, and the best part is most of these people are just garbage at the game, right? Like, without their Mark II, they can't do anything, and they're not even good with the Mark II. So if they don't get any money for doing it, then why do they do it? Well, it could be for a number of reasons. They could like the sense of power it gives them, or maybe it's a way for them to take out their anger, or maybe they just find it funny. Whatever their reason is, they play this game solely to cause pain and suffering. So in some ways, they're like me. The only difference is when I'm an asshole, I like to be creative about it. I mean, it doesn't make it better. It's just more fun. See, my ideal griefing is taking a 3-man drone squad and keeping a guy stun locked for 30 seconds. And while we do that, we send in a 4th guy to jerk off on him while he's stun locked. But cargo griefing is just boring. There's nothing fun or challenging about it. It's just shooting fish in a barrel. You can let your grandpa fly on your Mark II for 10 minutes, and, you know, by the time it's over, he'll have accidentally killed half the lobby. And that's not by mistake. See, Rockstar wants to make griefing as easy as possible. Why do you think the Mark II Deluxo and Orbital Cannon exist? Back in the day, you needed a mod menu to have that kind of power, but now it's just part of the game. These vehicles are designed so any fucking brain-dead retard thumb person with enough shark cards can have the power of God. And we're talking Old Testament God, okay? Fire and brimstone type of shit. Rockstar wants to make grinding as tedious and frustrating as possible, so you'll just say fuck it and buy a shark card. Which reminds me, earlier I mentioned how low levels will go after cargo because they don't know any better. I mean, most of the time they fail because they're bad, but what happens on the off chance when they finally manage to destroy a sail? What happens when he finds out that all those bullets, all those sticky bombs, all that effort only got him a few fucking thousand? He's gonna be so fucking pissed. I actually don't mind the concept of cargo griefing. I like the idea of a ruthless, cutthroat, criminal open world playground where other players can kill you and take your shit, and you can do the same. But what's that? You say that's what Grand Theft Auto is? Except it's not that, because everybody has the power of God. But I have to give Rockstar some credit. They've made some good decisions recently. It feels weird saying that, you know, Rockstar and good decisions, but here we are. This most recent update actually felt like a Grand Theft Auto update instead of some bootleg Saints Row shit. They also patched the orbital cannon glitch, they removed easy way out from weaponized vehicles, and they added a 5-minute cooldown for the Mark II. Ever since these updates rolled out, I've noticed the number of cargo griefers has significantly decreased. I mean, this game is still more broken than my faith in humanity, but still, it's nice to know that you guys are at least trying to fix the fucking mess you made. If you ever find yourself being chased by a cargo griefer, just find a new session. You will lose 10% of your sale, but that's better than 100%. Also, if you're on Xbox, there's this trick you can do that puts you in a solo public lobby. That means you can sell your product solo without the fear of being, you know, fucked. The only thing is you miss out on the high demand bonus, and it's also very, very, very boring. But, I mean, if you like boring, go be boring. And if you've watched this far into the video, chances are you're pretty bored right now, and I'm sorry your life has reached this point. But as long as you're here, I want to thank you. I want to give you a big thanks. Big thank you for 200,000 subscribers. What the fuck? I never thought in a million years that this many people would enjoy these videos that I make. Several people have asked me why I don't do this as a full-time job, because, you know, clearly now I have an audience big enough to do it. And frankly, I would love to do YouTube as a full-time job. The only problem is YouTube is a notoriously unstable, unreliable source of income, especially when I can't even monetize half my videos because I use good music. YouTube was always a hobby. I never planned to make any money doing this. These videos were just kind of like little passion projects. An excuse for me to kind of take my unhealthy GTA addiction and combine it with my passion for cinematography and editing. And I love doing it. I love reading your guys' comments. I love making the videos. I love playing the game. It's perfect. It's a great hobby, but I don't plan to make this my job for the foreseeable future. But that said, you know, as long as I'm out here dancing on the street, I might as well put a hat at my feet. So, if you like these videos and think I'm worth supporting for some fucking crazy reason, then you can leave me a tip by going to the link in the description and giving me all of your money. Nah, but honestly, if you just want to stand and watch the show, that's fine too. I'm honestly just happy you even stuck around to the end of the video. You guys are all great. I could not ask for better fans. And
also, for those of you deranged enough to actually throw some of your coin at me, I will have a special thank you for you at the end of every video. Every tip will earn you a spot somewhere on this board. Your username will be on display to the world. Your sins will be laid bare before the masses. Everyone will know of the atrocity you commit.
I am open to suggestions of how I should format this donation board because I'm very new to this. I don't know what I'm doing. Please help. I have a lot of good ideas that I can't wait to make into videos. So I hope you guys stick around and you know, see what I got in store for you. Anyway, stay safe. Thank you for watching and have a great day.
GTA Online needs a new free mode.
Online, Rockstar Games is looking to bring the heart of the Grand Theft Auto experience. Grand Theft Auto experience. Grand Theft Auto experience.
If you come to this game expecting a Grand Theft Auto experience, you're gonna be disappointed. It's not really an open world crime game. It's more like Battlefield, designed by a 6-year-old. That's not to say Battlefield designed by a 6-year-old isn't fun. There's a certain charm to it, right? It's not classic Grand Theft Auto, but it still has its place. See, GTA Online is GTA with cheat codes. You got flying cars, jetpacks, explosive bullets, laser guns. Now, if you're a loser like me, chances are you've kind of tricked yourself into enjoying the chaos, right? I mean, I'd be lying if I said I didn't have fun with free mode. Just look at this guy. He was flying around the session, just farming everyone with his Hydra, and eventually he crashes because he's good, and you know, I whip out the RC Bandito, and of course he's the type of player that is so terrified of dying he just keeps killing himself over and over and over. You know, he may be practically unkillable, but that just means you get the ultimate dose of dopamine if you pull it off. But the majority of players don't want this fucking nonsense. They just want Grand Theft Auto, man. Just look at 5M. There's more hype around this Second Life RP bullshit than the actual game.
You dude, you need to fix your outfit. You can't have those shoes.
Oh my god, this is my default look, you fucking dumbass. Fuck
no,
you.
Stop! He's an admin, stop!
Also, I didn't want to bring this up, but just look at what's happening in the game right now. I mean, it's a stupid meme that'll be dead in a month, but it's still nice to see people go back to basics. They've spent years just haphazardly piling DLC after DLC onto free mode until now it's just this fucking, just a horrible Frankenstein's monster. Just
just screaming in agony. Pandora's box has been opened. You can't just shove those demons back in. So the only way for Rockstar to deliver the Grand Theft Auto experience everyone is craving is to start fresh. A whole new free mode. Not to replace the current free mode, but to be its alternative. An alternative for people who would rather be chased by a helicopter than a flying car. Most of you probably already know I'm talking about the Cops and Crooks DLC. Now this hasn't been officially confirmed to be in development, but a lot of people seem to think this is what's next for GTA. And if Rockstar does actually go and make this DLC, and they do it right, they will save the soul of Grand Theft Auto. Like GTA Jesus. But if they botch it, then it'll just be another DLC people play for a week and forget about. I have several ideas of how they can make this free mode fun. Obviously, I'm no game developer, these are only ideas, I'm just spitballing here, but I like to think I've spent enough time in this game to give my thoughts on how to improve it. So, if you'd like to join me, take a seat by the fire and listen to me ramble about stupid shit. That does not matter at all.
This video was written and recorded before George Floyd was murdered by a poorly trained police officer. Releasing a police-themed DLC right now, amidst all of this, would be distasteful. If this is in fact the DLC that Rockstar has been working on, it's safe to assume it will be delayed. Obviously, there are much more important issues in the world than this shitty game. But I'm glad you decided to spend some of your time here and listen to me talk about this stupid shit. Just please do not forget about what's important. Back to the video. Hit it, Johnny. Idea 1, total separation.
Both sides need separate progression. Different weapons, gadgets, abilities, vehicles, currency, and leveling. Playing as a cop should not feel like you're just a fucking criminal going to Party City.
Idea 2, the radar.
As a criminal, you don't want the cops to have a constant fix on your location. Kind of ruins the point. And that goes the same for cops. Criminals will just avoid your blip on the map like a fucking Pac-Man ghost. So here's how the radar should work. As a cop, you see other cops. And as a criminal, you see other criminals. But you are invisible to each other. Except if you get a wanted level. If you get stars, every cop player on the map will know you're up to no good. But you would only be on their radar when you have a wanted level. If they lose sight of you, all they have to go off of is your last known location. Cop players could work together and have teammates in helicopters searching the area. And as a criminal, you would have a real incentive to be smart so you don't attract police attention. Maybe if you want to be an asshole, you can call the cops on rival criminals. And then you got cops snooping around the area looking for the guy. Stealth will now have an actual purpose, because if you screw up, you won't just get some annoying 2-star you can call Lester for. You'll have real, living, breathing players gunning for your ass. But in order for this to work, cop players need to be perceived as a real threat and not some minor annoyance. So,
Idea 3, safe houses.
When I get cops in free mode, it barely even registers. Most missions won't even give a game over if the cops kill you, so it's hard to take them seriously. So let's say you just completed a mission and earned a respectable 17k. That 17k is now cash on hand. You can spend it on anything. Cars, weapons, clothes. But if you get busted with 17k stuffed in your pockets, the cops take it. All of it. Unless you bank it at a safe house. Now these safe houses would be purchasable properties, kind of like the MC Club houses. The really good locations would be expensive, and the ones out in the sticks would be dirt cheap. Now once the money is banked at a safe house, the cops can't touch it. They'll only seize cash on hand. But I can hear some of you saying,
"Oh god, now I have to drive to a safe house after every mission. That's just more tedious, pointless bullshit."
That's a fair point, which brings us to
Idea 4, the multiplier.
So, back to the previous scenario. You just finished a mission and have 17k cash on hand. The next mission you do will earn you 19k. And the one after that earns you 21k. Every mission you complete without banking your cash will add to a multiplier. But if you bank your cash, the multiplier resets. So this brings a much better risk versus reward element to the game. Do you make money faster but risk getting busted and losing it all? Or do you play it safe and bank your cash every time? These last couple ideas may sound a little familiar if you've played Need for Speed Rivals. Its entire multiplayer was centered around cops versus racers, and it was actually pretty fun. The only problem is it was an E-rated racing game made by EA, so it was ultimately too shallow and simplistic to keep people interested. But if you take this style of gameplay and throw it into Grand Theft Auto, well, you might just have the greatest thing ever made by a man.
Idea 5, fun chases.
Cop chases need to be fun and strategic. I know Rockstar isn't known for their depthful multiplayer gameplay, but if this game tells cop players to just run into other players until their car explodes, you're not a hardened criminal on the run, you're playing bumper cars at the world's shittiest Bullwinkle. So here's how I would add a layer of depth to cop chases. The criminals would have access to gadgets like police scanners. Maybe your controller shakes when cop players are nearby, so you know to be a good little boy. Maybe cops get access to arena war mines. I mean, they're almost useless in current free mode, but in a cop chase, they'd have some actual use. Honestly, I could sit here all day and spout ideas, but as long as cop chases have enough depth to be replayable, I'll be happy. Now, this doesn't mean I want some hyper-realistic crime sim with the depth of the Grand Canyon. GTA is meant to be dumb, casual fun, which it should be. But the gameplay should not be overly simplistic to the point where cop chases become a boring routine. You need depth, at least enough to keep everyone engaged and coming back for more. They could even add another layer of depth by adding...
Idea 6, better progression.
A new free mode would give Rockstar the opportunity to add a whole new progression system. Kinda like what they did with Arena War, except maybe this time they don't fuck it up. Each faction could have a separate skill tree that you spec into as you progress. Maybe when you level up your criminal, you get a choice between a 5% faster reload or an extra grenade space in your inventory. Maybe at the higher levels you can unlock abilities, like going off the radar for a minute. Or maybe the ability to steal other players' cars. Maybe if their car's locked, you have to complete this little mini game to unlock their car, and you know, you have to fucking frantically try to figure it out while they're shopping in ammunition. The ability to steal someone else's car in Grand Theft Auto. Imagine that. The cops can unlock abilities like calling in an NPC chopper to act as a kind of UAV to spot criminal players. A new progression system would allow Rockstar to implement whole new game mechanics that we've never seen before, while simultaneously giving players a way to kind of create a build that's unique to their playstyle. They could also add some new unlockable cosmetics like car stealing animations, weapon skins, and special liveries. Having sought after cosmetics in your game is a better alternative to what we have now.
Idea 7, no pay to win.
It's depressing that I even have to make this point, so I'll be quick. There is no combination of words in existence that could convince Rockstar to stop using shark cards, but if you can just skip the progression system and buy your way to the top, it's gonna ruin the experience. If you have to have microtransactions in the game, make them for cosmetics only. Just make it like, just make it like a real game.
Idea 8, no stupid fucking paywall.
Obviously, every DLC is designed to bring in new players and make more money, but in order to keep up this free DLC model, they've put up these paywalls in the hopes you'll give them money to play the game you bought with your money. This new free mode can't have any of that shit, alright? It needs to be accessible to both new and returning players. You shouldn't have to buy a fucking police precinct just to play as a cop or a crack den to play as a criminal. There should be selectable choices right out of the loading screen. No one wants to choose between grinding 10 hours or shelling out $20 just to play the fucking thing.
Idea 9, less is more.
This next idea is probably going to be the most controversial. See, part of the charm of Grand Theft Auto has always been the ability to carry the munitions of 10 African warlords in your pocket. I mean, it makes for an incredible single-player experience and a great stress reliever, but in a multiplayer setting, not so much. A cops versus robbers mode can't have more explosive spam than Operation Metro. Explosives should still be in the game, just dialed back.
Maybe you can only carry 2 rockets at a time, like in Battlefield 3. God, imagine GTA logic in Battlefield. Maybe you actually have to go to ammunition to buy rockets, instead of having an endless supply up your ass. Maybe you can spec into a demolition build to carry more rockets. I know this directly contradicts the idea of bringing back the classic Grand Theft Auto experience, but I mean, in order to have a fun, balanced multiplayer game, you have to make some sacrifices. And this is something Rockstar clearly does not understand, because I'm wasting my fucking life with this shit.
Idea 10, dumb fun shit.
Even though I want a more grounded experience, I still want it to be a fun video game. It should feel like an over-the-top action movie. The only problem is the current free mode isn't over the top. It's past the fucking moon. Give the cops supercars, give the criminals flamethrowers, have fun with it. If I can't use a drone to tase criminals, I'll be thoroughly salted. This entire video was essentially just me sitting here with a can of beer in my hand, spouting off half-baked ideas. I can already see the guy in the comments surgically dissecting every idea and explaining why it wouldn't work. At the end of the day, I'm just some asshole who plays video games and makes semi-entertaining videos. The people at Rockstar are far more intelligent and qualified for coming up with new game modes. I mean, this new free mode doesn't have to have all of this to be a good DLC. I'll be happy with it as long as it's balanced, fun, and remotely resembles a Grand Theft Auto game. GTA's current free mode is about as balanced as Dwight Schrute on a tightrope. There is no rock, paper, scissors dynamic. Flying bikes beat everything. Most of the time. There are dozens of vehicles that everyone considers to be useless based solely on the fact that they can't take more than 1 rocket. You almost never see them in free mode, but they'd be perfect for cops and robbers. They need to allow players the freedom to choose what kind of vehicle fits their playstyle. You shouldn't be just forced to pick one dominant vehicle over everything else, because if you don't use that, you suck dick. That's how it works. That's how they make their money. They make one good vehicle and you have to buy it, or else you suck. When everyone uses the same shit, the game becomes stale and repetitive. But if you sweep away the mounds of rotting flesh and you peek under the floorboards, you might find the perfect game. And every so often, it shines through the cracks and you get a glimpse at perfection. It doesn't last long, though. All the painstaking detail that went into faithfully recreating Los Angeles, it's nothing short of incredible, and you can tell they put so much time and care into it.
The Grand Theft Auto series has always set the bar when it comes to open-world games. Rockstar are masters of their craft. Every game they make has an absurd amount of attention to detail. Seriously. Just take a second to look at Grand Theft Auto 5.
It might just be one of the best open-world maps ever created, and it's just being wasted on this just embarrassing fucking mess. Now, obviously, this game doesn't need saving. It's at an all-time high player count-wise, and it's, massively successful. Rockstar doesn't need to save this game's relevance. They need to save its soul. I'm sorry if this video was too long, but I got tired of just sitting here complaining about this game and wanted to give my 2 cents on how to fix it. Also, thank you to everyone who left a tip this month. I didn't think there would be this many people that would throw their money at a shitty Grand Theft Auto channel, but
I was saying I was pleasantly surprised is an understatement. Some of you left me some messages in the notes, and reading them just put a fat smile on my face. It's an incredible feeling knowing that my videos have the power to make someone's shitty day just slightly less shitty. Also, if you leave a tip but don't want to leave your real name, make sure to use the notes to tell me what your username is, and I'll put that up there instead.
This month's top tipper was Vandata. Thank you for going above and beyond the threshold of responsible personal finance. Unfortunately, I can't play with you as I'm an Xbox troglodyte born and raised. But I'm glad you enjoy my videos and I hope this one was worth the wait. Also, thank you to Nightshade Beats for creating the song you are listening to right now. He made this song specifically for me. It's my song and you can't have it. Please check out his Instagram.
And lastly, I want to thank you. If you've watched this far, you're one of the devoted ones, and I appreciate you. The next video will be Meet the Pilots, so stay tuned for that. Thank you all for watching, and have an amazing day.
Meet the pilots of GTA Online.
Even driving this thing. Is anybody even driving this thing? Is anybody even driving this thing? Is anybody even driving this thing? We keep on calling but there's no one listening. Does anybody really know anymore where we're going at all, what we're all headed for? Is anybody even driving this thing? We keep on calling but there's no one listening. Does anybody really know anymore where we're going at all, what we're all headed for? Is anybody even driving this thing? Is anybody even driving this thing? Is anybody even driving this thing? Or did we just ride, 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 ride?
I've always loved flying games. When I was around 6 or 7, my dad built this elaborate flight sim setup. Most of the time, I just watched my dad play because I had the hand-eye coordination of a child as I was a child. But occasionally, he would actually try to show his retarded son how to dogfight. And there I was, 7 years old, didn't know how to ride a bike, but I knew how to dogfight like Werner Voss. Just kidding, I was fucking terrible. My point is, I grew up surrounded by flight sims, arcade dogfighters, and everything in between, so I can't in good conscience sit here and tell you that Grand Theft Auto 5 is an amazing flying game. But that's fine. GTA is not meant to be particularly amazing at any one thing. If you made a standalone third-person shooter with GTA 5's mechanics, it would be a steaming pile of doo-doo feces.
There was doo-doo feces thrown all over the walls, the floor, the ceiling, and it stunk so bad.
The terrible gunplay only becomes excusable in the context of the larger world. And that goes for any individual aspect of this game. Alone, they are a single note, but together, you get this symphony of chaos. Except flying. It's not quite a single note song. It's more like a Nokia ringtone. You know, maybe you got like 5 notes in there. I mean, look, it's Grand Theft Auto 5. Obviously, the mechanics are pretty casual and dumbed down, but there are several things about aerial combat that make me think there was just an ounce more thought put into it than other aspects of the game. For starters, it's playable. There is real strategy to winning a dogfight. You can't just pop chaff and hold LB. It's almost like someone playtested it. I mean, I know that's not true because it's Rockstar and they don't know what that word means, but dogfighting is fun. Whether by accident or on purpose, Rockstar created a PvP element that almost works. Free mode is far from perfect, but there's still plenty of fun to be had. With all this crazy shit carelessly thrown into this massive sandbox, you find yourself in the most batshit insane, nonsensical scenarios that make a Salvador Dali painting look tame. Utter chaos, no rules. You see a guy in the air, go shoot him down. You see a guy on the ground, go shoot him up. Or you could just challenge people to a friendly 1v1 dogfight. A lot of people are just bored and looking for something to do, so it's pretty rare to get turned down. They probably won't even get mad when you drop a bomb on their head. There's also a hidden layer of depth to aerial combat. Planes have unique characteristics that aren't readily apparent. Take the B-11 for instance. It's based off the A-10, which some of you may know as the greatest aircraft ever built. The entire plane was built around the gun. A gun designed to fire 70 rounds in a single second. Also, the rounds happen to be the size of beer bottles, so the A-10 is the closest humanity has ever come to emulating the hand of God himself. So naturally, in GTA, it's a piece of shit. The laser and Hydra are far better suited for taking out ground targets, but the B-11 is a superior dogfighter. So you thought Ryan Johnson was good at subverting expectations. No. Rockstar. The B-11 has a tight turn radius and a competitive top speed, so it can easily avoid homing rockets. But below a certain altitude, its top speed is reduced. And by reduced, I mean it's a fucking crawl. It is so slow. A crop duster will smoke you at that altitude. So a strategy you could use to shoot down a B-11 is try to coax him down to a lower altitude. He'll lose his speed advantage and there'll be no way for him to possibly avoid your missiles. Oh, by the way, none of what I just told you is on the purchase page. Like, the only way to figure this stuff out is trial and error or YouTube tutorials. Rockstar does not tell you shit. And that goes the same for many other planes in the game. The Starling, the Pyro, the Hydra, the Rogue, ultralight. This little hidden layer of depth just adds just enough to keep you from getting bored. And you have the Smuggler's Run DLC to thank for that. It brought some much needed additions like countermeasures, bombs, hangars, and a fleet of new planes. The pilot community would be a shadow of what it is today had it not been for this DLC. But it wouldn't be quite dead. There's a small part of the community that has been there from the beginning. Before Smuggler's Run, before the Hydra, even before Next Gen. Of course, I'm talking about the... In my opinion, free mode dogfights are the most fun you can have as a pilot, but it still is just a chaotic shit show. It's also riddled with problems like the explosive sniper and its ability to delete jets in different time zones. So there are some who crave a more competitive dogfighting experience. Naturally, they resort to private deathmatches. Originally, Rockstar created a deathmatch called Senora Airstrip. This was meant to be the dogfighting game mode, alright, but spawns were shit. So in true Rockstar fashion, the community did their job for them. They created custom deathmatches like Dogfight over Alamo Sea with spawns that actually work. This is one of the things I've always loved about the competitive side of GTA. See, Rockstar does very little for these parts of the community. They care more about appealing to the casual masses because it's GTA. But these are the devoted ones, the ones who have played for years and will keep playing years after the casuals have moved on, the ones who love the game more than Rockstar themselves. A great example of this is a small GTA YouTuber by the name of Cassim Williams. He is a seasoned laser dogfighter, and for a channel his size, his content is genuinely impressive. Some of you may be wondering why the laser is the jet of choice for competitive dogfights. And I was curious too, so I turned to my buddy Cassim and I say, hey, why? And he tells me, it's actually pretty simple. The laser is the best dogfighter without upgrades, and you can't take upgraded aircraft into a deathmatch. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Even though the flying in GTA is about as dumbed down as Pilot Wing 64, laser dogfighting is surprisingly advanced. There's very little room for error. All it takes is a split-second decision, one tiny mistake, and your jet is a crumpled pile of metal. There is a plethora of little tricks and maneuvers you can pull to get the upper hand. Just look at this. Look at what Hummer Guy can do. Look at that. Look at that shit. What is that? I will never understand the need to be competitive in GTA, but I respect the amount I don't respect it. This is stupid. Rockstar treats you guys like an unwanted stepchild. Go play a good game. Fuck. I spilled my drink. If you ever visit r/GTA Online, there's no doubt you're familiar with the stunting community. The PC pilot crew is my personal favorite. I don't know how long it takes to get this good at flying, but I'm scared to know. There's also the Red Sparrows, the guys known for creating a world-class airshow in a game about killing prostitutes. Then there's the Annihilator dogfighters. These guys go all the way back to GTA 4. See, there were no jets in that game, so a community formed around the Annihilator, which was the only weaponized helicopter in the base game. And the community still exists till this day. The flight mechanics in Grand Theft Auto 5 are, obscenely casual, okay? If you're into realistic dogfighting, this is not your cup of tea. It's designed for the guy who works all fucking day. He comes back to his shitty one-bedroom apartment, you know, his fucking neighbors are being loud as usual. They're designed to be easy to learn. All helicopters have auto stability, which kind of acts like training wheels, which is fine, but the problem is you can't turn it off. This is what a helicopter looks like when you have auto stability turned off. Notice how you can control it and it goes where you want it to go, and you can aim at things without your helicopter trying to desperately wrestle your reticle away and make you miss your fucking shot. Eventually, after enough time and experience, you start to learn how to wrestle your helicopter and get it to aim where you want it to aim, but still, I've flown helicopters in GTA many hours more than any other game, but I'm still a better pilot in Battlefield. Sure, there's more of a learning curve to it, but it works. The helicopter does what you tell it to. It doesn't fucking constantly fight you like a dragon trying to shake you off its back. I really only have an issue with the flight mechanics in PvP scenarios. I have a lot of fun just flying around in GTA. I don't know, it's relaxing, almost therapeutic. One of my favorite things to do in GTA 4 was just rip around the city in a Maverick, just trying to stay as low as possible while just barely scraping by high-rises. Couple that with some Radio Broker, and you've got the ingredients for a fun night. Hey, what can I say? I'm a simple man. I'm entertained by simple things. GTA is the official game of flying around while listening to dope music. That's one of the things Rockstar never fucks up. The music is always tops. There was one song in particular that I always loved flying to. It went something like, I have had this song burned into my head for over a decade now, but I never knew the artist. I guess that's what playing GTA does to you. There are dozens of songs I know every lyric to, every beat. I know it like the back of my hand, but I couldn't tell you who made the fucking thing. On a seemingly unrelated note, I was watching through Breaking Bad for the 5th time, and came across the cigarette scene, and of course there's the music, and I was like, damn, that's good music. So I put it in the intro. This leads to me checking out this guy's other work. Lo and behold, he just happens to be the greatest artist of all time, and I fucking love every song he's ever made. Fast forward for 2 months, I've had this guy's shit on repeat constantly. It's all I'm listening to. I look at my phone, bam, got a notification. Whitey himself has tagged me in a post. What the fuck? I shit my pants, and then I clean the shit out of my pants. I look at it, and what do I hear? I've been listening to this guy's shit for like 2 months straight, and somehow I never came across this song. So I messaged the guy, and I don't expect to get any kind of reply because he's like an actual talented musician, and I'm just some retarded Grand Theft Auto 5 child. But lo and behold, he is perfectly fine with me using his music. And not only that, he's going to let me maintain full monetization. It's as if God himself turned to me and said, "Would you like access to the best audio library on the planet?" To which I responded, yes, I would. So you may have noticed that the music for this video was just a step above the usual stuff. That's because every song you've listened to so far is Nathan Whitey's work. Fucking got him! I made you a fan of his. You didn't even know. But please, for the love of God, if you like the music in this video, please check out the rest of his work. He makes amazing stuff. A lot of people seem to think I have decent music tastes. So if you're one of those people, please check out Whitey, and you'll love it. It's so good. And frankly, he's a part of Grand Theft Auto history, so check him out, show him some love, tell him Astro Soups sent you. Also, big shout out to Cassim Williams for helping me out with this video and giving me some pointers about the pilot community. Couldn't have done without you, bud. You're full of talent, you got a lot of potential, and please check out his channel. He's a cool dude. Thank you for sticking around this far into the video. I'm sorry it took so long to make. That's it, thanks, bye.
This was Astro Soups' final video. What's wrong with people?
this all away, take it all away, take this all away, take it all.